Hello, I'm Abby's mom. She's really too tired to talk right now, but she wanted me to keep you up to date on what has been going on. This is my least favorite thing to do. First, I don't like to have my picture taken, and second of all, I don't like public speaking, but here goes. I have made notes, because I can't remember it all. After hemorrhaging yesterday with her monthly cycle, they figured she had lost about 2 pints of blood. She came home very weak and tired last night, and with a terrific migraine, which she had all night. I will say that the remedies finally kicked in, and she did get some sleep last night, and she was able to walk. She woke up this morning, headache-free, and able to walk, and this a.m. we went back to Hansa Center, and she was part of a photo shoot. She was full of smiles, and though very weak, seemed to, be the old Abby. We had a long appointment with Dr. Jernigan, and again he continued to work on trying to build up her red blood cell count and to get her body to recoup faster. She has a lot of things that she's taking that seem to be working, but they can't work immediately. She seemed to be more alert. She then went and had an ST8 therapy. She said she felt good but tired, and then we went for a Lux treatment. Before it was probably half over, she was very faint, seemed almost unconscious. She was unable to talk, didn't really know quite where she was confused, and I'm sure very frightened. She was having difficulty breathing. The doctor spent the rest of the day, it seemed to me, with her. We got her on oxygen, and it was probably only about an hour and a half that we had, some issues, but it certainly was scary. And as a mother, I've seen it before. It's never been as bad, or has never been any worse than this, and it certainly hasn't been as long. And I haven't had to handle it for several months. So John and I were both pretty upset, but she always just pulls out of it. We had a lot of help. The doctor was there with her the entire time. He gave her a lot of remedies. Every time he would give her something or do something, she would seem to get a little bit stronger and come out of it a little bit more. He then asked us to go to a physician that does infusions, and asked that we get I think it's called a Meyer cocktail, which was to boost her up and to get everything in her system to sort of recoup a little faster. When we got there, the doctor was very uncomfortable because Abby was very weak. Of course, we had to wait a long time, and they first asked if we wanted to come back Monday. When we went in there, it would have been fine to have just gotten it done, but by the time they were ready to take us, John had to sort of walk dance Abby back to the treatment room. The doctor was very concerned and said to me, "This is just Lyme. What are her other issues?" And I said, Lyme is her issue. And she talked to our doctor from there, and I thought we were a go, but she really was so uncomfortable with it. And after the just Lyme remark, we let her off the hook. Said if she was uncomfortable, we would just wait and go to a place on Monday that the Hansa Center had recommended. We just couldn't see them today. We may not even need to do that. She has had a lot of medications and remedies and so forth, and maybe with a quiet weekend it'll all take care of itself. Though she is still very weak, she has eaten, she has had her remedies, and she's reading. She's sort of got her sense of humor back. Don't know what to say except that today was one of the scariest days in the Lyme world, and we ran right back into the same Lyme attitude with, the Hansa Center has spoiled us because they're so into wanting to know everything about all of your symptoms and trying to treat your symptoms. They don't have to give it a name. They just try to do what's wrong, fix what's wrong with your body. And I'm hoping that by Monday we will be back on, in the next week, be back on that road to just work on all the things we have been improving. Anyway, I apologize for this being so disjointed, but thank you, good night, Abby loves you, and keep in touch with